Is it wrong to do a Bible study that was written by artificial intelligence? Is it religiously, morally, Christianly, faith-wise, is it wrong to do a Bible study that was written by ChatGPT? I recently just made a video where I talked about how I used ChatGPT to help jog my mind in order to write a sermon. And it wasn't that it wrote my sermon for me, but it gave me kind of some questions to ask, some points to make, some starting points, jumping off points, so on and so forth. And so it was really just kind of the idea of another tool. But is it wrong now to do a whole Bible study, like your time in the Word based on something that artificial intelligence wrote? Well, you might disagree with me, but recently, while my family and I were on vacation, we took some time. It was a Sunday morning, so of course we watched, church online. Well, I did, and then we got around a table and started praying and asking, Lord, what would you have us study? What would you have us do? And so I typed into ChatGPT this very phrase. I said, hey, lead us in a Bible study on making the most of what you got. You see, at the time we're in Cancun, and it was stormy and the weather was bad, and so I thought, let's just see what it comes up with. And this is what it came up with. Certainly, here's a structured family Bible study on the theme of making the most of what you have. It took us through like your starting prayer. It went into the different scriptures where it talked about, for instance, in Matthew, the parable of the talents, or the parable of the bags of money, making the most of what you've been given. Goes into 1 Peter chapter 4, 10 through, and then it gives you discussion. It gave us discussion questions for each. Now, the incredible thing is that my family didn't know that I had done this, and we went through this study, and it was amazing. Everyone was connecting with the scriptures, of course. Why? Because the scriptures are alive, but also, especially for my wife, was getting some like massive revelation that I was like taking notes on. Again, this was just an inspiration, if you will, or some key points. Again, key points to discuss: responsibility and accountability, using your gifts to serve others, working with excellence, gave us application. So then we were able to ask our daughter, our son, our other daughter wasn't with us, but then ask ourselves, well, what are the things that we need to be doing with each of these? And even a closing prayer. And we didn't have this, we didn't do this, but it gave a reflective song or hymn. I gotta say, it was pretty good. It was a really, really good study. And it all started with, lead us in a family Bible study on making the most of what you got. Now, is this okay? I would love to hear your thoughts, love to hear your opinions. I'd love for you to comment. For everyone, this is not how I normally do it, but normally I do my own Bible study. It's in a journal right here from Bless God. Shout out Ruslan, great friend of mine. And I do like the SOAP method, where I'll read through a chapter. I'll pick a scripture out of that chapter. What's my observation right off the bat on that particular scripture? And then so S-O, and then A is application. How does this apply to my life? What am I going to do with it? And then kind of a prayer to end it all. And because of my biblical knowledge and years of study, I'm able to do that and not take a scripture out of context. And because that is the other danger of just going scripture, observation, application, and prayer, is that you can take something way out of context and not understand who they're writing to, so on and so forth. Like, for instance, today I did Judges chapter 17. I took the verse that said, in those days Israel had no king, and everyone did as they saw fit. Judges 17, verse 6. Wow. And just kind of riffed on that a little bit, just again considering even where we're at as a country, where we're at as a church. Is Jesus our king, or are we really looking at a president? But that's a whole different video possibly to make. But again, I'm audio probably horrible on this, but I just wanted to hop on and get your thoughts and opinions, because like I said, it was a great study. Again, a good jumping off point. I'd never preach a draft. I'd never preach a message given by AI. I would for sure use it almost like a study tool that is out there. And the other thing I might say as well, and again, would love your thoughts and opinions or well thought out, well studied observations on this. But for pastors out there that don't have a large staff, that aren't able to have people write out full small group studies for their church based on their sermons, might be a great tool for you to put in your sermon notes, maybe even a manuscript of your sermon if you have that, or if you're able to get a tool that then takes your video and your sermon and manuscripts it out, put it into ChatGPT, ask it to give you 4 small group questions, and you could even get as specific to the stage of life of your small group. So give me 4 small group questions based on this sermon for young married couples with small children, or for retired senior adults, and then see what it comes up with. Again, it's a tool if used right. AI is neither evil nor good, morally neutral. Use it. Right, let me know. Again, I'm Jeff Moores, here to build better leaders and get deep in the Bible and pose interesting questions and make dumb commentaries. But we'd love to hear what you think. Subscribe, like, comment. We'll see you soon.